I'd like to think of life as some sort of paradise, following my friends into the deep end. The water is cold and the sand is too hard, but if I don't go, it'll be overnight. So suck it up, we'll be fine, we're going on life's wild ride, making a name for ourselves. Here we are, this is me, fighting with originality. I'm gonna make the whole world sing a thing.
No, this can't. No. Naomi, you gotta hear this. They're going to start putting content warnings before movies now. Movies. Films and television shows will now be given a letter rating, suggesting a recommended audience age for the purposes of parental discretion. This warning will also list the film's treatment of issues such as sex, violence, and substance abuse, its use of profanity, or other matters typically deemed unsuitable for children or adolescents. This is where we're at now.
Well, you know the playoffs aren't for a couple of weeks. They could still turn it around.
What?
Oh, I mean, it must be very hard for you.
It's hard for the
My
kids.
head.
How are they going to have the patience to accomplish anything of value if we're putting warnings before things that are hard or giving them the option to leave? There wasn't a content warning when you were conscripted into the military. They'd put you in a tank, point you at a hospital, and tell you they'd kill your family if you didn't blow it up. Remember, this is a government agency doing this. We're getting entirely too dependent on the government. Please.
Wait, you have one too? Was it something we ate?
You are about to be tested. No, you are not hearing things. I am speaking to you. I'm also speaking to the person next to you, and every man, woman, child, and individual within a 100-mile radius, simultaneously in every language spoken in your area.
Fuck, dude, will somebody get this fucking Edgewater voice change? Really pissing me off.
I imagine right now, you are most likely wondering who or what I am. But that is the least of your concerns, because soon
slow down.
you will have to make a choice. Look beside you. You will see a button. Well, if you have one, it can be activated by you, and you alone. At sundown tonight, 100,000 of you will die. But it can be prevented if you and everyone else presses their button. That is all.
Wait. We should check the news.
In the remote region of Norum, an area previously most well known for rectal yodeling, a phenomenon of auditory hallucinations followed by the appearance of strange small buttons has been causing quite the uproar. At first, the idea of mass hysteria was proposed as a possible explanation, but if the so far nearly 500 identical first-hand accounts weren't proof enough, the current scientific consensus is that the buttons are actually capable of what this mysterious voice has threatened. Rashida Kazuna has more at Jenner Pasture Science Institute.
The material making up the outer casing of the button is a complete mystery and is seemingly impenetrable, at least against any penetration method currently known to modern science. However, the inner machinations of the device are deceptively simple. Using a basic X-ray machine, researchers have discovered that the buttons are essentially nothing more than a countdown timer and a device capable of sending out a very special type of pulse. The current hypothesis from all available information is, at some time around sundown tonight, a neurological version of an electromagnetic pulse, also commonly known as an NMP, will be sent out from an unknown location. Instead of electrical equipment being affected, this pulse attacks the brains of its targets, completely destroying its normal functioning. This pulse has the potential to cause incalculable loss of life, and according to reports, the voice has stated the target to be 100,000, a pretty substantial percentage of the region's population. However, if all of the buttons are activated by that time, they will unanimously emit a neutralizing counterpulse to the neurological EMP, theoretically nullifying the effects and protecting the person holding it. Unfortunately, this last-minute life-saving scenario will only happen if all of the buttons are pressed. The devices are all connected via their own inaccessible private network, and are constantly performing checks on the press status of all other buttons on the network. If a single one of them has not been activated by their owner by sundown, the protective counterpulse will not be sent to anyone, causing unimaginable devastation.
It's recommended that all citizens in the area evacuate to Katerius Park, where a presentation will be conducted with further information.
God, you carefully lay out your plans for the day and then something like this fucks you in the ass.
So, is I have other stuff I need to do right now basically your catchphrase at this point?
Well, if it is, then your catchphrase is being gay. Hey, how we doing back there?
Sorry.
Are we gonna be okay, Big Brother?
Look.
I told you to stop dragging your feet while you walk!
The president
No,
has yet to make a formal statement on the matter. However, he has not declared a state of emergency, much to the chagrin of the alarmists heralding this as some type of mass public health crisis. What he has done is fight any attempts to make the evacuation mandatory, as not to encroach on the personal freedoms of those affected.
Coming up next, an epidemic of teen pregnancy on the rise. The mainstream would have you believe this proves teens still have active social lives and aren't just sitting at home texting all day. But we have our own, much darker theory. Stay tuned.
Well, everyone who wanted to attend is most likely here by now. And as time is of the essence, we should probably get started. Good afternoon. My name is Arna, and this is my assistant Kashan. We're environmental scientists. We were in the area when the event happened, and it affected us as well. As you can see, we've also brought our buttons with us. Don't tell them that. They already have enough to worry about. An important discovery to note about the inner workings of the buttons is that they are DNA locked to each individual. You'll see that when I apply gentle pressure to mine, it moves. However, if I take my colleague's button and try to press it in, you can see that it will not budge. This indicates that they cannot be pressed by anyone other than their designated owner. As a demonstration of what happens when considerably more force is applied, we will try to smash it down using this oversized, limited edition video game controller shaped like a hammer. As you'll see, it's still in its fully protruded, unpressed form.